Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. My name is editor Martin Creamer joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Ashley.
Now, Southern Palladium had the first in-person listing on the JSE since the pandemic began.
Yes, so Southern Palladium. So we're seeing a new platinum group metals come on the scene. A shallow ore body they've got out in the eastern limb of the Bushveld complex, and it's great to see new listings. I think we are going to see more secondary listings, particularly for smaller companies, because of the lack of exploration investment that we have here as a result of the Treasury just refusing to recognize what happens in every other mining jurisdiction and maybe employing a few analysts to see what's going on. The country's losing out. But with a secondary listing, at least you don't lose out totally, and it does help the stock exchange because these listings take place in other jurisdictions. In this case, it's Australia, and then you can see a structure coming through immediately. We saw it with Iran Minerals, and it worked very well. So hopefully a lot more listings, but I think we're going to also see secondary listings. I see another one in the wings at the moment, so possibly that is going to be the route for some time until we sort out how we should be doing exploration here.
And Steenkampskraal chairperson Trevor Blanche revealed that a rare earths development is marking time owing to a prospecting rights appeal to explore where a mining right has already been granted.
Yeah, you see, this is Steenkampskraal. It should have gone ahead a long time ago. We know that in the 60s, Anglo-American was actually exploring there. They firmed up everything. It's a very high quality, rare earths asset. But they got the mining right in 2010. But the thing is, there was a hold-up with the water use license. And now they've started to structure it and get a plan together where they'll list on the AIM in London and a secondary listing in Johannesburg. And they will get capital to start, firming up plants and doing structures there that can get these rare earths into the market, because we know that the demand for rare earths is building up as part of this new era of clean energy. But what happened was, after they got the mining license, there was an application to the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy to do exploration there. And rightfully, the Department of Mineral Resources and Exploration said, no, we've already given a mining right here. But then the applicant complained and put in an appeal. And so there was a delay again. Instead of us going ahead, another delay, and we're supposed to after 60 days lapse. But what they reported at the junior mining in Durban was that, they haven't, even though 60 days has elapsed, they haven't got go-ahead yet from the DMRE. And it was interesting, the reply there from Bernard Swanepoel, who's been around in mining for a long time. He said if it's just an administrative problem, he could possibly help himself by directing them to the Minerals Council South Africa, that's got a sort of a link with the DMRE when it comes to admin problems. And so hopefully this will be sorted out. You don't want, ventures like that, which we're looking for at the moment, a culture of small cap going forward. You don't want them held up, because this has been held up for so long. You don't want South Africa to be so far behind through administrative problems. But hopefully they'll be able to sort this out as fast as possible. I've told them to get in touch with us when it is sorted out, so we can say this is going ahead.
Lastly, Martin, as the world turns to greener ways and cleaner ways to do business, Rocsole is stressing the need for increased efficiency to cut carbon emissions, and Kal Tire is tackling mine tire waste through the circular economy approach.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was in Finland in the 90s, and you saw a pattern there where, commercial enterprises or new business startups would be close to the academia. So they would have industrial parks next to universities. So you could then draw on the people in the universities to give you insight into what to do. And this is typical of Rocsole. And they say that we should use the word rock, like rock, and soul music, because that's what they're into there. They're looking to make sure that when new technology comes in now, it actually promotes decarbonization. So it's a situation where they say you don't just buy something new now when they say this is innovative and it's lowering your costs. People are now saying but does it decarbonize? And if it doesn't, they don't want it. So they are going into that, and they're doing a lot of activity around the world. And they spoke to us this week, which was quite interesting. And then you've got Kal Tire, which is looking at the opportunity of the circular economy. So these new terms coming through, decarbonization, circular economy, that is recycling. This is all about mitigating climate change. And they came up with a very interesting interview there where they spoke of these tires that are used in mining, which are twice my height. And sometimes, a tire will weigh 4.5 ton. So it's got a lot of material in it. And at last, they say they're putting forward the idea of getting oil out of there. You get an enormous amount of oil out of these tires, which can be repurposed. And you've got high tensile steel there, and the numbers they gave were really impressive, along with carbon that can be turned into carbon black and used again. So you see how people are thinking now that, you've got this tire. They say if you go over Google Earth, you'll see these piles of tires around there because most people don't know what to do with them. And particularly in Chile, where they were restricted from use, they have gone in and put a plant in so that they can recycle these tires, but in a very inventive way that actually puts them right into the circular economy. And we got a lot of reaction to that from all over the world, people still coming in. So it shows you that, the thinking at the moment is part of the circular economy, limit the amount of product that you mine and produce, use what you've got as almost material like you would get from a mine and bring it back in. So it's almost, you can say, urban mining, but they're taking it very seriously.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. And don't forget to listen to the audio version of our Mining Weekly daily email newsletter.